game. Probably didn't like the results so much. The final, Ponte Vedra 55 and Bishop Kenny 20. For our producer, Casey Dobson, for Michael Phillips, for our silent reporter, Molly McDonald, I'm Marty Palman saying so long. Enjoy your football weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday night here on 92.5 FM. Good night from Ponte Vedra.
The Friday Night Lights have been shining all over the First Coast. This is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now it's time to break it all down. Here are your hosts, Hacker and Andrew Gibson.
And a very good Friday evening to you, Jacksonville. The Friday Night Lights post game, 1010XL 92.5 FM. The game you just heard go final here on 92.5 FM. How about Ponte Vedra? All over Bishop Kenny tonight, 55-20. I'm not sure if that says more for Ponte Vedra or more about Bishop Kenny. We'll have to see what happens. But Ponte Vedra with an eye-opener tonight, a 35-point win. A lot of scores around the area have gone final. This is what we have right now. The Mandarin Mustangs back in the win column tonight, 49-6 winners over Westside. Congratulations to Fernandina Beach. The Pirates, a 33-20 winner tonight over Paxson. They are flying the W on Powers Avenue tonight. My alma mater, the Wolves and Wolfpack, in overtime beat Stanton 27-26. How about the Jackson Tigers? Go into Sandalwood and knock off Sandalwood. Congratulations to Jackson, a 23-8 winner tonight for Jackson. Bradford County, a winner, 12-0 over Oakleaf in a defensive battle. And Palatka over Central, 58-0. As I welcome in Andrew Gibson. And Gibby, there's certainly some surprises we'll get to in just a moment. But on 92.5 FM, what a performance tonight by Ponte Vedra, just dominating Bishop Kenny.
Yeah, certainly a statement win tonight for Ponte Vedra. We knew that they were pretty good coming into play tonight. Look, both teams were 4-1 coming into the game this evening. We talked about that in the pregame show tonight. We wondered how good each team was, and I think we found out pretty significantly tonight that Ponte Vedra is really good to put up a 50-plus spot tonight, 55-20 the final tonight over Bishop Kenny. Look, Ponte Vedra's only loss this year was by a field goal, 20-17 against Bartram Trail. That was back in August, and they have not lost a game since.
We'll start lining up Victoria's head coaches in one moment. Again, a lot of games have gone final. Maybe the biggest surprise of the evening, Riverside over Trinity Christian. What a win for Riverside, 14-12 tonight over Trinity Christian. Big win for Riverside, Gibby.
Huge win for Riverside. They ended it on a sack of Colin Hurley in the final seconds of the game. And Riverside is a team that always has good athletes over there. I mean, they always do. Antoine Nicholas, a huge, huge win for him tonight.
IMG, a winner, 49-20 over Bartram Trail. They're ranked among the top 10 teams in the United States of America. That was going to be a tough putt for Bartram tonight. Kudos to Bartram for playing that game. But IMG, a 49-20 winner.
Yeah, look, IMG is a national powerhouse. They recruit guys from all over the country. They got a combination of 10 4- and 5-star guys, 2 5-star defensive tackles, 8 other 4-star players on their team. It was going to be a tough challenge tonight for Bartram Trail, and it proved to be that.
A final from Nassau County, the Yulee Hornets get it done tonight. A huge win in that district. Yulee 12-7 over Baldwin. I had Kyle Doherty, the head coach of Yulee, on Hacker After Dark this week. They had circled the Baldwin game and the Baker County game. Yulee lost both of those games last year by a combined 4 points, and it cost them the district championship. They knew what they were going up against tonight. One of those games is now in the win column. Big win for Yulee over Baldwin.
Yulee's turned into a really good football team over this course of the year. What are they now, 5-1? That's a really good start for them and Coach Kyle Doherty. I think their defense has also played really well this year. So congratulations to Yulee. Nico Smith, their quarterback, is also performing at a very high level.
There's no doubt about it. Again, games that we have a final report that Rains in the last moments beat First Coast 27-26. So we have not confirmed that yet, but that is the report that we have. If so, that's 2 weeks in a row for Rains winning a game in the final moments. Also a final end. Big win for Inglewood. Inglewood over Episcopal tonight, 40-27. That's a nice win for the Inglewood Rams.
My wife will be very happy about that. She's an Inglewood Ram, and so 40 points tonight for the Rams, so that's really good to see. Episcopal, they've had a pretty good start to the year, but a heck of a win for Inglewood.
We talk to victorious head coaches here under the Friday Night Lights. It's what we do, and it's what we've done for the last 17 years. With that, they are flying the W on Powers Avenue tonight. Jermaine Wilson, the head coach of my alma mater, the Wolfson Wolfpack. They are winners in overtime over Stanton. Coach Wilson joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always great to talk to you.
Coach, 3-3 now on the year. We'll get to the big picture in a moment, but what a win in overtime, and we heard there was some theatrics there at the very end of that ball game. Take us through it.
Yes, sir. So we came out struggling a little bit, both defensively and offensively, but we put it together for the last drive. My kicker, Jonas Costa, said he wants a chance. So when we scored, we called a timeout, gave him a chance to breathe deep, and told the offensive lineman to just relax, take a deep breath. We've done this all before in practice, and perfect snap, good kick. Even though I was our second string snapper and holder, so it all came together. I mean, it's great to see wins like this. I don't like the stress, but these wins are always great.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Tonight was homecoming there at Wolfson. What did it mean to get a victory like that at home on homecoming?
Oh, it's great. The fans deserve it. They came out support. It was a real big, great atmosphere in the beginning. All the festivities. I think that's, a little bit, we played into it a little bit, came out sort of slow. But looking in the stands is a great environment over here. It's something special in Powers.
Jermaine Wilson, the head coach of the Wolfson Wolfpack. That's 3-3 now in your first year there at Wolfson. That's pretty good, Coach. I mean, we obviously all know what you inherited there. We understood the kind of the rebuild that needs to take place there. Through 6 games, being 3-3, you have to be pretty happy with the early progress.
Yes, I am. We like you said, the rebuild. We had to, extend some deadlines for some things to get some more people out. I got coaches at the last minute, but they're all working hard, and we get, we're coming together slowly. We needed this win. It built character. I mean, our other wins were just shutouts. It wasn't really competitive. Not saying anything against other schools, but this one, man, I looked in my kids' eyes and I saw they weren't ready to give up. They're ready to fight, and that's why I was waiting for the whole season. This may be the springboard to other great things.
Coach, just looking at your stats, it looks like Luke Campbell is having a really good year for you. Tell us about Luke.
Oh yes. Luke is a great linebacker. He's a utility guy. Anybody that we want him to play, he'll get it in there. He's playing with a club, and it still doesn't stop him from making plays. I told him, you're better with the club on, and he has the club on. I'm waiting for him to get an interception. But not just Luke Campbell, though. We have Luke Gunderson in the middle, and also Nick Damone. These guys, and Keegan. I'm sorry, I'm going to brain dead. Keegan, he's over here, doing great things too. Like this, these guys are coming together. They're coming together.
Coach, as we wrap up, being an alum of Wolfson High School, the fact that the Bulls Bulldogs come to Powers Avenue next week, that's an insane thought for me. I mean, what an opportunity for, not only you, your program, but that you have one of the best home fields. If people haven't gone to games at Powers Avenue there at Wolfson, they're an awful lot of fun. And I still can't quite frankly wrap my mind around the fact that Bulls is coming to Powers Avenue, but what an atmosphere that'll be next week.
Yeah, it's going to be electric. I have some college coaches calling for tickets. It's going to be great. They'll see what it's like over here. I think they might have been here before, but they're going to see this is a great environment. We just want to hold our own, come out to stay healthy, and let it fall where it may.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a great win tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Jermaine Wilson, the head coach of Wolfson, 27-26 over Stanton. You'll hear Wolfson and Bulls next week on 1010 a.m. Let's go to Jackson. I imagine a very happy Jackson Tiger football team. Coach Bartley of Jackson joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Coach, that's 2 weeks in a row, and what a win tonight over Sandalwood, a much bigger student population than you guys, yet it didn't matter. You go in there, you get it done. You must be very, very pleased.
Oh, man, I'm very proud of my guys. I'm very proud. They showed me some fight last week, and they continue to fight this week, so I'm very proud of all my guys.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Take us through how you guys got it done tonight.
Oh, I tell you, man, my offensive line, they put me through. They put me through, Coach, man. I tell you, my O-line, they throw the ball down the field, and my quarterback, he's finally buying into the system. He's throwing the ball all over the field. I tell you, they finally getting it together, Coach.
Coach, a win like this, again, and we mentioned this the last time we had you on, it wasn't a rebuild at Jackson, certainly, although you lost some great players last year. The head coach and some of the staff left to go to Clay County. But a win like this really has to cement to your young players that things are still working at Jackson. Things haven't fallen too far off from where you were the last year or so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I tell you, I got about 20-something seniors on this team, and they're finally getting in their head what they could do when they buy into the system and start playing ball.
Coach, how many sacks does AC Brown have?
Oh man, AC. I say AC had about 4 or 5 sacks tonight.
Wow.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Jackson, a big winner over Sandalwood. Coach Bartley, that's now a couple of wins in a row. You guys are starting to put it together. Go celebrate, Coach.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Awesome job, and that's a really good win for that Jackson program.
And like you said, I mean, they've gone through some transition, no question about it. Players, coaches leaving, but they stayed the course there, and Coach Bartley's doing a really good job there.
Toby Bullock is the head coach of the Mandarin Mustangs. They are winners tonight over Westside. Coach Bullock joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach, 49-6 Mandarin over Westside. Obviously, we haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks, and we'll get to the last couple of weeks, but it must have been nice to put it all together tonight in a dominating performance.
It was. A lot of kids got to play tonight, which is always good. Kids work hard to have that opportunity, and they were able to get it. And some of them had some big success. Our running back's younger brother, Keon Weish, had a touchdown catch, his first varsity touchdown catch, which is really cool for him. So to be able to see that was really good.
Toby Bullock is the head coach of Mandarin. All right, Coach, obviously the last couple of weeks did not go the way you wanted to. Hard-fought games, brutal competition. You played very, very good competition. But what did you learn about your team? And obviously their response tonight must have you pretty pleased.
We just made too many mistakes the last 2 weeks. Last week, offensively, we went for 485 yards of offense, but we turned the ball over 5 times. Can't do that. Defense, the Lake Mary was averaging 349 yards passing. We only gave up 107, but we gave up too much running the ball. It just simple mistakes, and luckily tonight we didn't make those mistakes. But we got to keep that going. The only thing that's going to beat us is us. And that's our motto, and, we try to not have that happen. And 2 weeks prior to tonight, we did that. We did things that put us in a losing situation.
Coach, tell us about the progression of Tramel Jones. How's he been looking the last few weeks?
He threw for almost 300 last week, but he had a few turnovers. He had 2 fumbles that he lost, and he threw a ball late, and it was able to get batted up and get picked. Tonight, I think he threw for 4 touchdowns. I have no clue what he threw for, yardage-wise. But Tramel's a ball player. I mean, Tramel's very, very intelligent. He's a student of the game. He enjoys the game a lot. And I know that's, a lot of coach talk, but you'd have to really, meet him and talk to him to really pick up on it. He's just a joy to be around. And I think he's going to have a lot of more success with us. And I think he's going to have a ton of success in the college ranks.
Well, Mandarin 5-2 on the year, a 49-6 winner tonight over Westside. Toby Bullock is the head coach of Mandarin. Coach, congratulations. We hope we're talking to you next Friday night.
Thank you so much. +2.
Toby Bullock of Mandarin. All right, complete scoreboard update. More Victoria's head coaches to come. Here are the finals that we have in. As we just talked to Toby Bullock of Mandarin, they were winners over Westside. Fernandina Beach, a winner tonight over Paxson, 33-20. Tacoy Creek in the win column again. In St. Johns County, 34-13 over Menendez. It was IMG 49-20 over Bartram Trail. The Bradford County Tornadoes, another shutout, 12-0 over Oakleaf. Gibby, what a win for Yulee tonight, a defensive battle. Yulee gets it done 12-7, which basically sets up a district championship game next week between Yulee and Baker County.
Yeah, it was a huge district matchup between Yulee and Baldwin tonight, and Yulee's able to get it done.
Inglewood 40-27 over Episcopal, and the game you heard right here on 92.5 FM, Ponte Vedra 55-20 winners tonight over Bishop Kenny. Riverside, we have reports, and we tend to believe these reports, has beaten Trinity Christian 14-12. We'll have Antoine Nicholas, the head coach of Riverside, on. What a win for them. What a story going on in Clay County. The Clay Blue Devils were up 33-7 on Middleburg. It is now 35-33 Middleburg.
Wow. They
They have scored 28 unanswered. We have that game in the fourth quarter. We also have reports coming in that Fletcher knocked off Ed White 20-19. As the 10 o'clock hour approaches, we'll have a ton of these victorious head coaches coming up in just a moment. With Andrew Gibson and Dylan Denmark, the hacker Ryan Green with you. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic Service, and Air Conditioning. A lot to do. We're glad you're with us right here under the Friday Night Lights. It's 1010XL 92.5 FM.
He leaves the safety of home to step into the battle zone.
The enemy's dangerous.
Go behind enemy lines with Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline
We're not the enemy.
on 1010XL. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway.
Let's hit the road to the Jacksonville Fall RV Show. Thursday, October 5th through Sunday the 8th at the Jacksonville Equestrian Center. Hundreds of RVs on display. Lifestyle booths, daily door prizes, and live entertainment. Adults $10, kids under 12 free. Seniors pay half price on Thursday. First responders half price every day. It's Northeast Florida's largest RV show. Thursday through Saturday 10 to 5. Sunday 10 to 4 at the Jacksonville Equestrian Center. Parking is free.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is holding their annual Bumps and Bruises clinics every Saturday morning through early November. These injury evaluations are absolutely free and open to every school and athletic program. So see us this Saturday morning at 3 North Florida locations from 9 to 10. The Brooks Center for Sports Therapy inside the YMCA. Preferred Physical Therapy, Fleming Island. And at Atlas Physical Therapy in St. Johns County.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Wood floors should make your home look cozy and inviting. But old worn-out floors can look kinda, Let Renew Solutions give your floors a stunning makeover. For a no-obligation appointment, visit renewjacksfloors.com.
Allentown Mortgage gives you both a fast online application process and an expert mortgage advisor to get you the best mortgage at the most competitive rate in the nation. You can be a number at a big box bank and spend weeks filling out paperwork or call Allentown Mortgage. Eric summed it up in his 5-star Google review. Allentown knows the mortgage industry. When the big boxes say no, they say yes. The whole process went very smoothly. Get the mortgage experience you want. Go to allentownmortgage.com. That's allentownmortgage.com. NMLS number 103917, 4810 Executive Park, Jacksonville.
Pickett here. Zero Res turns 19 this month. To celebrate, just say happy birthday, Zero Res, and they'll give you $50 off your cleaning. Some minimums may apply, so give them a call. Happy birthday, Zero Res. Spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Are you ready for the ultimate happy hour experience? Look no further than Bellwether, downtown's undisputed champion of good times. It's Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 7 p, with the exception on Friday when happy hour starts at 11 a.m. Rally the team and head over to Bellwether. The vibe is full and the food is unbeatable. Free parking after 6 p on weekdays and all weekend. Bellwether Restaurant, where great food and the best happy hour in town come together for an epic win.
Summer is ending, and the chill of fall is just around the corner. Is your heating system ready to conquer the upcoming cold nights and frosty mornings? Duck Duck Air Conditioning is here to keep you warm and toasty.
Don't let winter sneak up on you. We're offering a system checkup for only $79 to ensure your heating system is tip-top for the colder days ahead.
Call Duck Duck Air Conditioning at 904-862-6769 to schedule a checkup. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, your trusted feathered friend in home comfort. 904-862-6769.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the Southeast to offer multi-unit hair grafting and the 45-minute PRP treatments. Grow your hair back. Call now for a free in-person evaluation. 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com.
This is your Mad Dads Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. Mad Dads is asking for good, committed men who want to be part of an organization that has been around for 17 years. We are a group that is part of the solution, not the problem. We are a group that don't stand around murmuring and complaining, but get into action and hit the streets to get the community to break the code of silence to remove the murderers off our streets. We do not require a lot of time, just willing and able bodies to get involved. We've had far too many murders this year already not to get involved. If you want to be part of this great organization, call 904-718-1649. We're looking for men, not men acting like boys. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. For information about Mad Dad, go to Mad Dads Jacksonville Chapter Facebook or MadDadsJacksonville.com.
He's still the Gators' all-time receiving touchdown leader.
Just so you know, we're putting together a football team.
Former Gator Chris Doering joins Dan and Jeff on the Drill Wednesdays at 8:15 on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I know football.
Now, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Coaches Corner on 1010XL.
What a win for Riverside tonight, 14-12 over Trinity Christian. Antoine Nicholas is the head coach of Riverside. He joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, man. We celebrating just not getting back to the school. Excited about the win.
I imagine that was a very happy bus ride. So I got a tweet here, or a post, I guess, whatever you want to call it, from Glenn Foreman, who said it was his son, the quarterback, who had the game-winning play. Take us through it there in the final seconds.
Yes, the clock was winding down. We had about maybe 13 minutes on the clock. We had just spiked the ball. So we knew we had to go for it. Called a play, and it just opened up on the backside. Glenn Foreman to Shamon Davis. We had an earlier big catch on the play from Xavier Hilliard. So we knew the opportunity was getting there. We just kept tugging at it.
Coach, look, I don't want to blow this out of proportion because clearly Riverside back in the day had a lot of big-time postseason wins with O.J. Small. But clearly, since you've become the head coach, I mean, this has got to be your biggest win as the head coach there, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll take it.
Hey, Coach, how did you hold a team like Trinity Christian to 12 points tonight?
Well, our defense flew around, man. We knew we had the opportunity as well as the ability. We just had to settle down a little bit. Just focus on us and play the way we need to play for us, playing our style of football. We never, lost faith. It was just too many mistakes, miscues early on in the season. But we're getting better week to week. We'll take the win, and, we build off it. It's definitely a big win.
Oh, it's a huge win. And going back to the way last week ended, I imagine you and your staff had quite the job to get your kids refocused. Obviously, it did not end well against Raines. And to come right back and then beat a team like Trinity Christian, what a job, Coach.
Oh, yeah. That Monday practice was definitely a lot. But once we looked at film and we dealt with what we can control for us, fixing what we can control, with the opportunities we had in that, in which, we could have put it away early, man. The sky's the limit for this team. We just got to continue to push it, get better week to week.
Hey, Coach, single out a couple of your top performers in this game tonight against Trinity.
Oh, yeah. We definitely know Tayshawn Gelsey, 4-star. Got Miles. Kendrick came up big. Glenn Foreman settled in, spreading the ball around. Shamon Davis. Had a couple of players on defense that came up big for us up front. Asia Merritt, Jamal Harvey Jackson flying around making tackles, man, because, there's always stuff going against Early where he can't throw in run. So we had some big plays, man, even them playing both ways. Kaden Morris came up big on the pass breakup, and Anthony Henry. So we just flying around, man, playing football the way it's supposed to be played.
Well, Coach, it is a gigantic win for you, your staff, your players, that entire program. Go celebrate. It's a big night. Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all.
Antoine Nicholas of Riverside over Trinity Christian. That's 2 weeks in a row, right? We saw Providence over University Christian last week. By the way, somebody was going to pay for that, and It's in FEI tonight. UC's rebounding in a big way. And then Riverside over Trinity. Parity, man. There's a lot of parity this year, a lot of upsets that we're not used to seeing.
You know, something about this Riverside team. Do you realize that Riverside's 4-0 on the road?
Yeah, they're a good team. Good team. And look, I mean, they could have very easily gone Reigns, Trinity back-to-back.
Right.
Reigns beat them on the final play of the game last week. By the way, Reigns had another nail-biter tonight. They beat First Coast, apparently, 27-26. Hopefully talk to Donovan Maslin about that in a moment. But there was a great night of finishes, dominant defensive performances, and that gets us to Jamie Rogers, the head coach of Bradford County. They are winners tonight over Oakleaf. Coach, congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you. What's up, fellas?
Coach, always appreciate you joining us. And look, again, defensively, you guys were top-notch. Probably not the offensive night you hoped for, but at the end of the day, you won the game, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Oakleaf, we could tell. I mean, there's probably their offensive line versus our defensive line was probably 70 pounds per man. So I knew that was going to be a struggle for us. We don't see huge linemen like that very often at our level, but we were down starting two DBs going into the game tonight that didn't play, and then we lost Willie at the end of the second quarter. Our running back, Willie Pollard, he didn't play the second half, so we got up 12-0 in the first quarter, and honestly, we're really just trying to get first downs and hang on and make it to next week. Maybe we can get healthy, but so proud of our guys. They played so hard. We had at least 3 or 4 people play both ways tonight, so super happy.
Coach, tell us about some individual performances. Who played well for Bradford tonight?
Oh, Willie in the first half was huge. Ran the ball hard as always. Dejon Shanks, our quarterback, on the zone read and the counter plays that we designed for him, ran the ball extremely hard. Khalil Cummings, like I talk about him all the time. I mean, he never comes off the field. He's our gunner on kickoff and punt team. He's on the kickoff return team. He's on the punt block team. He's on every special team, and he never comes off the field both ways. He had a huge night receiving. Elijah Kellum had a big night receiving. So, like I said, we got off 12-0 in the first quarter, and they made some adjustments. We kind of stalled, lost Willie, but overall, tonight was the biggest gut check we've had probably since week 1, and they passed with flying colors.
Jamie Rogers, the head coach of Bradford County, winning tonight over Oakleaf, 12-0. Coach, final question, getting ready for postseason play, I would imagine a game like tonight really had to help you. It's not a team that you normally play. You had to go on the road into Clay County, probably the best team in Clay County with Oakleaf. Like you said, big physical linemen over there. You guys were able to get it done. I would think this game checks all the boxes on what you wanted to accomplish.
Yep, everything you just said was exactly what we talked about at practice all week. It was a great atmosphere. Their band played the entire game when we had the ball. Student section was crazy loud. It's exactly what you have to do. I told them good teams win at home, but great teams have to win on the road. And teams that are played late in the year, they have to know how to win on the road. And just really happy that we could get it done. It was a great performance by Oakleaf, too, on the defensive side.
Jamie Rogers of Bradford County. They're still perfect. Winners tonight over Oakleaf. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Go Tornadoes.
12-0 Bradford over Oakleaf. Let's go out to St. Johns County. What a performance turned in by the Ponte Vedra Sharks, Gibby, as they were all over Bishop Kenny tonight. Steve Price is the head coach of Ponte Vedra. He joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thanks. It was a great night to be a Shark.
Coach, listening to the game, look, that's a good Bishop Kenny football team. I mean, they have Iowa commit at quarterback and James Reeser. That's a good ball club, and you guys, good gracious, I mean, put it all together, and there was a running clock in the second half, Coach. I would have never seen that coming.
Yeah, it was one of those deals. Joe Mahoney, our gunner on kickoff team, he came down and forced a fumble on the first play of the game, and our guys, they started fast, and we were able to keep the momentum going, and it really was a good team win.
Coach, Brian Case, your running back, had over 150 yards. Do you have a final number on what he did, number one? And number two, just tell us about the performance of your running back.
Well, I haven't seen the stats yet for the game, but Brian is consistently good. He's just a very consistent kid in the weight room and preparation and all that, and really, really good football player. And he'd be the first to tell you that our offensive line did a phenomenal job tonight. And the nice thing was, we were able to throw the ball well and run the ball well, and everything was clicking for us tonight offensively. So it was really good performance by our offense.
Steve Price of Ponte Vedra. Coach, this was an attention grabber for those of us in the media that cover high school football. I mean, in St. Johns County, you always talk about the regulars, right, with what St. Aug has done this year and Creekside and Bartram. And now Ponte Vedra, you guys are on that tier. I mean, your only loss was a 3-point loss opening night to Bartram. Since then, you've put numbers on people, quite frankly, including back-to-back weeks, Flagler, Palm Coast, and Bishop Kenny. I mean, since you arrived in Ponte Vedra, is this the best your team has performed?
Yeah, I mean, we've been young, and our kids have worked really hard, and we've got a great group of seniors now, and it's all coming together. And our, our community is outstanding in their support of high school football, and they have supported us the last several years as we have worked hard to build this thing to the best that we can be, and our administration has been supportive and patient, and our kids have just worked really, really hard, and our coaches have been faithful, and it's just continuity helps, and it's nice to enjoy the win like this tonight. We're going to enjoy it all weekend, and then get back to work on Monday and see if we can win a big district game next Friday night.
Coach, there was a lot of anticipation for this game against Bishop Kenny. You got a winning result out of it. What was the Shark Tank like down there tonight?
Oh, it was great, man. We had a ton of people here from both sides, and very spirited, and our environment and all the environments in St. Johns County are really special, I think. I mean, we pack the stands, and it's loud, and kids can't hear me, and it's awesome.
Steve Price of Ponte Vedra. Coach, final question. You mentioned next week. That'll be fun, right? Decoy Creek, a young program, a program that got moved up in to your district. That's a good football team. They had a nice win tonight over Menendez, a district matchup between two St. Johns County teams. That should be a good one next Friday.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. They've done a good job there, and we know a lot of those guys, and I think they do a great job with their team, and we'll be ready in the tank, and they'll come in here with everything they got, and it should be a great football game next Friday night.
Well, Coach, congratulations. It was a good listen tonight on 92.5 FM as Ponte Vedra defeats Bishop Kenny 55-20. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, thanks so much.
Steve Price of Ponte Vedra. All right, more victorious head coaches to come. Gibby, let's do a scoreboard update. Most games have gone final. There are still a couple. Wow, Middleburg won.
Wow.
We got to get Ryan Wolf on.
Comeback.
You know what that is? That's Hacker After Dark karma is what that is. I had him on the high school spotlight. Middleburg was down to Clay 33-7. They come all the way back to win 35-33. I imagine that's a very excited bus ride home to Middleburg High School. Rains 27-26, Jackson 23-8, Toccoa Creek 34-13. Gibby, when you look at these scores, what has really stuck out to you tonight so far?
Well, I'll say, first of all, going back to that Middleburg-Clay game, the Googans know how to pick them because that was the fan-voted at 1010XL Game of the Week.
Oh, yeah, E.T. was
and
out
that's
there.
Where now, that's a tough one for E.T. now because the alma mater is Clay, and they were all fired up there for a little while, and it did not turn out the way that Clay wanted it to. So, like you said, Coach Wolf and his Middleburg Broncos are really fired up about that one. I just think the biggest one that stands out to me is Riverside beating Trinity. I mean, that's a huge win for those guys. And again, like I asked Coach on the air a minute ago, like how do you hold a team like Trinity to 12 points? So credit to Riverside getting a great job done tonight.
With Andrew Gibson and Dylan Denmark, the hacker Ryan Green with you. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic Service, and Air Conditioning. More victorious head coaches to come, Jacksonville. We're with you for another good hour plus right here under the Friday Night Lights.
No static ever. Download the free 1010XL app for Apple and Android devices and take us with you wherever you go. 1010XL.
Whether you are looking for a job or an employer trying to hire, there's only one stop in Jacksonville, Remedy Staffing. Labor trends keep us guessing. As employers, the job market has been strong. So what does that mean for workers' availability? If you're interested in the workforce solutions or how the Remedy team can help you, call or text Crystal at 904-329-9802. 329-9802, Remedy Staffing.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. For the athletes who give everything, nothing beats Gatorade. The studied, tested, and proven fuel for the world's greatest athletes. Gatorade, proudly supporting high school sports on the First Coast.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Help Jacksonville breathe easier at the American Lung Association Lung Force 5K Run Walk along the St. Johns River at Haskell, Saturday, October 14th. Find out more about this fun event at lungforce.org/Jacksonville.
To play golf and pickleball while helping local charities at the Mormons Miracle Foundation Tournaments, Auction, and VIP Party October 20th. Call 783-1878.
To learn more about the Jericho School Golf Tournament and silent auction at Blue Sky Golf Club October 21st, visit thejerichoschool.org.
Make a difference on the golf course. Play in one of the best tournaments and help make Jacksonville a safer place to live and raise our families. The First Coast Crime Stoppers Golf Tournament is October 23rd at Amelia River Club. Call 398-5883.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at jaguars.com/shadows. One winner and guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase to enter or win, must be 18 or older and a legal resident of Florida or Georgia. Promotion period 9/5/23 through 12/15/23. For official rules and complete details, visit jaguars.com. Sponsored by Jacksonville Jaguars, LLC.
Make a crucial catch against colon cancer. Hicken here for the Borland Groover Foundation. If you're 45 or older, the ball is in the red zone to get screened. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. 45 is the new 50. Get screened for colon cancer now. The Borland Groover Foundation is a nonprofit organization devoted to building a healthy and equitable community that is free from colon cancer. Visit BorlandGrooverFoundation.com for more.
Are you drowning in credit card debt? Want to get cash out of your home's equity? Loan Pronto can now do it in less than a week. Hey, it's Prosser here, and that's right. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit just got even faster. You can get $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000 in as little as 5 days. And you don't even have to touch your primary mortgage, so you can keep that 3% rate intact. Just get the money you need and pay off all those credit cards or get that home improvement project started. With this revolutionary program, you can access up to 90% of your home's value, and in most cases, there's no appraisal. Stop paying insane interest rates to the credit card companies and get tens or even hundreds of thousands in cash in as little as 5 days. Call Loan Pronto now for the even faster Equity Express line. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
There's no better time to be a Jags fan, especially when you're a My Gate Rewards member. Gate is giving you the chance to meet the man, Trevor Lawrence. You and 3 of your friends can meet Trevor Lawrence in person at the stadium. Entering is easy. With the My Gate Rewards Gatorade Club, for every 5 Gatorade products you purchase, you'll be entered for a chance to win. See store for details. Gate, your hometown convenience store.
Mia O'Brien
is going to be the first woman president of the United States of America.
Catch me weekdays on XL Primetime from 12 to 3 and Tuesday nights on Helmets and Heels.
And she could run later this year even, and I would vote for her.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota on 1010XL. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
For the athletes who give everything, nothing beats Gatorade, the proven fuel of high school athletes, and proud sponsor of the High School Half Hour.
Friday Night Lights, 1010XL, 92.5 FM. Boy, some really good games all over the area. Mandarin 49-6 over Westside. Fletcher did beat Ed White 20-19. That's a come-from-behind win for Fletcher. It was Fernandina Beach 33-20 over Paxson. Wolfson in overtime, 27-26 over Stanton. The Jackson Tigers, a 23-8 winner tonight over Sandalwood. Rains, 27-26 over First Coast. Tacoy Creek, a 34-13 winner over Menendez. And one of the games of the night, well, really 2 of them, Riverside over Trinity Christian, 14-12. And Middleburg, who was down 33-7 to Clay, comes all the way back to beat Clay 35-33. Another big performance tonight was up in Nassau County. Yulee gets it done tonight over Baldwin. Kyle Doherty is the head coach of Yulee. He joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
I appreciate it, man.
Coach, I know this is one you had circled. I know this is one you wanted, and you got it. It's a big win for you, your staff, your entire program.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Our kids found a way to persevere. Wasn't the best week of preparation. We just didn't have the greatest amount of focus. But the one thing that we try to build and teach and find ways to harp on is overcoming adversity. And even though offense sputtered in the second half, defensively, they really showed up. And, I mean, we asked the defense to go out on the field time and time again and get a stop. And in that second half, they did. I mean, it was an amazing job by our whole team just finding a way to get it done.
Coach, I was going to ask you about the defensive effort because it's not just this game. It's been all year long. Your defense has been really good at Yulee.
Yeah, they understand football. There's a lot of kids on that side of the ball that are really athletic. They make a lot of plays, and it starts up front. I mean, we have really got one senior that plays heavily up front, but sorry, guys. He is a difference maker, man. Braylon Ricks is an absolute animal. I think up until this point, he leads the team in tackles for loss and sacks. And we didn't have him last year, a major injury, and he's back. And he's a difference maker, you know. And Baldwin didn't get the chance to play him last year, and he made a ton of plays tonight. I mean, he's so quick off the ball. Shane Gums made plays. The Jones twins made plays. Like, we had a lot of guys making a lot of plays, and it started up front for us.
Kyle Doherty of Yulee, winners tonight over Baldwin. Coach, the way your schedule is, it's weird. You had a huge win tonight, an enormous win, and what tonight's win does is set up a district championship game next week between you and Baker County, and certainly one of your friends in the business, Kevin Mays. I mean, I know you're still celebrating this one, but I know you not only had Baldwin circled, you had Baker County circled, and now you have put yourself in position to win a district title next week.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Like, Kevin May is a phenomenal coach, and he's going to be really difficult to prepare for. I know that, they had a couple struggles a couple weeks ago, but, the thing that I always fear is giving him time to figure things out, because he's a really good coach. Those kids are going to be prepared and ready to go. So we're going to have to be, double time on that and just be really fine-tuned on all of our things, because that group is going to be ready to play. They're going to be physical up front. They're going to be ready to play. They're going to try to impose their will on us. We just got to see if our plan and if our guys are up for the task and, to take a district championship back to Yulee.
Donovan Maslin, the head coach of Raines, 2 minutes away. Kyle Doherty of Yulee here with us. Coach, you played him twice last year, but you and Kevin go back. I mean, you guys are familiar with each other from your days down in Central Florida. So there's not going to be a lot of surprises, right? You know him. He knows you. You know their team. They know your team. It's kind of may the best team win next week.
I mean, I think we know each other, but we've both also evolved a bit. Like Kevin doesn't do the same things that he did when he was at Vieira. And he threw major curveballs at us defensively last year, probably because of who we were. I don't do the same things that I did when I was at Rockledge and we were playing against each other. So it's just, getting up, moving north for both of us is a new learning curve to how both of us, our style of play has altered and changed to the, probably the kids that we have and what we're able to accomplish. So it's going to be another puzzle that we're going to have to figure out. And, it's going to be the same for them. But I mean, it's going to be a fun game. They're really well coached, and they're going to be ready to go and ready to play ball next Friday night. And it's going to be an awesome atmosphere at Baker County. I'm just really excited for our kids. It's what we preach and what we've talked about is playing in this situation, and we earned our way into having this game for us Friday night.
Coach, are the colleges getting on the radar for Braylon Ricks? I mean, it has to be a situation for a guy like him, an upperclassman that's performing the way he is.
Yeah, they are. He's a 4.0 GPA kid, so like he's a really high academic kid, and he's a phenomenal human being. He's a great leader. He's always taking care of our teammates. He's our emotional leader on and off the field. He holds people accountable. Like he's a phenomenal kid, and he's got a great GPA. Alabama A&M asked him to come up for a visit last weekend for their homecoming. Davidson's recruiting him heavy. Marist has offered him a scholarship. Alabama A&M the same. So we'll just see how those things shake out. But he's got some schools recruiting him. I think it'll pick up a little bit more. He's been telling me some other schools have kind of followed him on Twitter and hit him up a little bit. But he has a 4-minute highlight for a defensive lineman. That's insane for 5 games into the season.
Well, Coach, congratulations. A huge win tonight for Yulee over Baldwin. And, again, a district championship on the line next week between Yulee and Baker County. Kyle Doherty of Yulee. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, man. Huge
win tonight for Yulee up in Nassau County. It was a huge win at the Graveyard for Raines. They get it done, 27-26 over First Coast. Donovan Maslin, the head coach of Raines, joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Coach,
Thank
that's
you.
2 weeks. 2 weeks in a row. You guys have got it done late in the fourth quarter in 2 rivalry games. Boy, I'm not sure if you're going to have a heart attack in one of these fourth quarter outings, but you guys keep finding a way to get it done very late.
No, I'm in good health. My blood pressure is low. We just remain calm in these situations. We put our kids in situations like this in practice, just staying true to it, just staying focused and locked in no matter what, no matter how much time is on the clock. As long as we got time and we got the ball, we still have a chance to win the game. And, our team is really embodying the never say die mentality. And it's great to see the kids come out, through all the mistakes that we made, but to come out with the win at the end, is special.
Coach, congratulations. Always great to talk to you. Tell us about how the game went. How did you guys finish this one off?
They jumped out. First Coast came and jumped out early. They got us on the 3-and-out penalty. We had a bad punt on, to start the game, and they ended up going and scoring, with good field position. And then we responded, got a touchdown, and ended up taking the lead. But then they came right before halftime and scored. and made it 19-14 with no scores in the third. And, you know, we started to get some momentum in the fourth quarter. And we were down 12 with like 10 minutes left. And, you know, we did a good job of getting off the field. And, you know, offense, you know, I told my offense coordinator and the offensive side of the ball, and, you know, we needed 2 scores, you know, 2 scores, to win the game. And we put together 2 good drives to come out with the win at the end. You know, we relied on our run game. Our offensive line did a great job with the type of runs that we wanted to do going down the stretch. And, you know, the quarterback, he read it. You know, the running back was running good. And, you know, the guys, we just trusted one another as a staff. We just trusted our kids. And, you know, they went out and executed down the stretch. And, you know, we have experience in it. You know, this last 2 weeks has been what it is. And our kids know how to live in that moment. Then defense, you know, they had the ball with like a minute left to go down and try to get a field goal to win the game. But the defensive coordinator did a great job with our stunts and letting our D-line get pressure. You know, I think we got about 2, maybe 3 sacks on the quarterback on that last drive. And, you know, we was able to, you know, get an incomplete pass on 4th down and take a knee to, you know, to steal the game.
Final moments with Donovan Maslin of Reigns, winners tonight over First Coast. Coach, if I'm reading this correctly, I had forgotten about Trinity Catholic. So you've won 3 games in a row by a combined 4 points. I mean, think about that for a second. They've won 3 games by a combined 4 points, a 1-point win, a 2-point win, and a 1-point win. That's unbelievable. And now you get to have one of the great rivalries in the area next weekend with Ribault. What an atmosphere that should be, as it always is.
Right. So, you know, just going into this game, going into the preparation of this game, you know, it's awesome. The kids have a lot of energy. They're going to have a lot of confidence. You know, the energy level is going to be high. And, you know, one of my coaches say he'll take a ugly win over a pretty loss any day. So, you know, we're just going to enjoy the moment, enjoy the win. We'll make our corrections on Sunday as a staff and get our kids prepared on Monday to get ready for, you know, a great game, a great atmosphere that's coming. And, you know, just get the community, the city, a great game so that they can be proud of and come out and enjoy themselves and just have a great time.
Donovan Maslin of Reigns, winners tonight over First Coast, 27-26. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, buddy. It's always good hearing from you guys.
Thank you, my friend. You don't see that very often, Gibby. You win 3 games by a combined 4 points.
Yeah, I mean, that's those are some heart-stopping games, that's for sure. I know, like Coach said, he's in good health, and that's always good because you need to be. And games like that can test you a little bit.
Coming into the night, we thought St. Augustine was one of, if not the best teams in the area. What we saw tonight did not change that opinion. They are winners tonight over Nice. Brian Braddock, the head coach of St. Augustine, joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Coach, big win, big rivalry win. I know you're probably not all that pleased with the defensive effort, but nevertheless, your offense scored a ton of points tonight, and you guys get another big victory.
Yeah. You know, I told our kids after the game, you know, get the long looks off your faces and smile. You know, we played a rival that was 4-2 and won by 19 points. So, you know, we're going to enjoy that. And every week's not going to be easy. And Nice really put up a great fight tonight. Did some great things offensively against us. And, you know, it'll make us better. And we'll just get back to work and keep moving forward.
Coach, on the positive end for you guys, 49 points in this game. Tell us about how you did that and single out some guys that performed well.
Yeah. It was a great night offensively. You know, Devontae Lyons had a huge night, which was great. You know, early in the season, some of those, you know, huge, really talented opponents that we played, just massive front. It was really hard for him. A lot of tough sledding. And so he really got loose tonight, had a huge night. I think he had like 4, maybe 5 touchdowns, maybe 4. And then Lachlan was back tonight. He had a few touchdown passes, and I think he had 1 apiece to Miles Simmons, C.J. Jenkins, and Trenton Jones. So, really good night offensively.
Brian Braddock of St. Augustine. Coach, I wasn't sure if the storm earlier in the year affected this. Is next week your bye week?
It is. Yeah, we ended up just losing that game. So we'll only have 9 regular season games. So next week is our bye week, and I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, a team like you're undefeated on the year. You've played ridiculous competition. You've gotten close wins. You've gotten blowout wins. I mean, what do you guys want to work on over the next 14 days?
Well, we had some struggles tonight defensively and different things. Got to go back to the basics and do a little bit better job, not trying to ask too much of the kids for me, and just continue to work and stay in shape. And it'll be good. We're pretty tired. It's been not only has it been a physically challenging 6 weeks, it's been an emotional 6 weeks from Bowles through Bartram, through tonight at Nice, which is always, for us, that's always a battle at Nice. So I think the kids are ready. I think it's a good time for this bye week. I think that they're ready for it. They're kids, so you don't see it, but it's been really emotionally taxing these last 6-7 weeks.
Coach, I know you guys have a lot in front of you, but, let's look at it right now in the current moment. You guys are 6-0. Is this one of the best teams that you've had an opportunity to coach?
I don't know. Going all the way back as an assistant, and, we've had some really good teams. So we've been 6-0 a bunch of times, which I'm grateful for. I don't mean that flippantly at all. I just mean it to say that, we've still got a lot of work to do if we want to be considered, a team like that. We certainly have a lot of talent. We've got awesome kids that are going to work really hard. We're really fortunate that we get to coach them and be with them every day. And, there's a chance they could be, but we have a lot of work to do.
Ryan Braddock of St. Augustine, they head into the bye week, a perfect 6-0 on the year after a victory tonight over Nice. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Brian Braddock of St. Augustine. By the way, a final on 10:10 a.m. about Lake City, Columbia, over Bowles, 35-31. I did not see that coming. I mean, Columbia was better than their record would indicate, but Bowles was playing pretty well. Kudos to Columbia. That's a big win for the Columbia Tigers.
Yeah, I think Columbia, I heard Tony Smith say this, Columbia has a 4-star wide receiver that's going to Florida State, so I wonder how big of an impact he had on the game. Yeah, Columbia's record was very misleading. They played an incredible schedule to start the year, started out 1-4. That's a huge win for Columbia against Bowles.
It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights postgame. We always appreciate the good folks at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and that means the good doctor, Kevin Murphy, who's been with us for years under the Friday Night Lights, and the Bump and Bruise clinics will be open for business tomorrow. Doc Murphy, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Doc, we're good. Thank you for the time, as always. And you're a St. Johns County guy. Good grief. Ponte Vedra all over Bishop Kenny tonight. We know how good St. Augustine is. We know how good teams like Creekside, Bartram are. It's good times in St. Johns County right now with these high school football programs.
Yeah, and it's amazing. You used to have Ponte Vedra and Nice, and all these schools expanded, and they're all good.
Even Beachside, Tacoy Creek, the new kids on the block are also very good. You open up a school in St. Johns County, and it's a rite of passage. They're going to win 5 or 6 games right out of the gate. All right, Doc, got some injury questions to throw at you revolving really around the Jaguars, and one is Von Miller. Von Miller made the trip with Buffalo across the pond to London. I wouldn't think they would put him on the plane if they were planning on not playing him. Coming off an ACL, now he did his ACL around Thanksgiving last year. Hasn't done anything in training camp, Doc, no preseason. Finally got back on the practice field this week, and he might actually play on Sunday. What's your thought coming back from an ACL injury on them throwing him out there this quickly?
Well, you assume he's been working. He didn't just, they didn't just drop him in there. He's been working on the thing. He's, timing wise from an ACL Thanksgiving time frame, he's right on time. So you'd expect him to be back now. They just haven't shown him. So I'm sure he's been working out, and I would assume he would play if they're taking him over there, just like you said.
Limitations, Doc, coming off an ACL as far as, been medically cleared, obviously, but for players, is it more mental than it is physical, your first game back after an ACL?
It's a little of both. You got to test it out at real speed. But there are some physical limitations. He's not, most guys that come back off an ACL, they say it doesn't feel truly normal for 2 years. At a year, we test them out, and there's some objective tests you can do to see if they're, within 5% or so of the other side, and their proprioception, the feel of the knee in space is the same. But it's not perfect. So he'll still feel it's a little different.
Doc, always great to talk to you. I know a lot of people are paying attention to a guy named Cooper Kupp this weekend. Rams wide receiver has a hamstring injury that had some nerve issues. I've never heard of that, a nerve issue with a hamstring. What is that exactly?
So where the hamstring attaches up in the pelvis is basically right where the sciatic nerve comes out as well. So sometimes as it's either injured or it heals, the scar tissue and the edema and the swelling from that injury can actually create some nerve symptoms as well.
A lot of hamstrings, Doc. We're seeing Antonio Johnson's also coming back from a hamstring this week. That's another one, right? When you're out for an extended period of time, like Cooper Kupp or like Antonio Johnson, you can be medically cleared, but until you get out there in the fire and are battling with the other team, you don't really know how that hamstring is going to hold up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, coming off an ACL at this, 9, 10, 11 months from an ACL, you've been sprinting, you've been doing. A hamstring, those are ones where it's, for me, it's always more worrisome, truly, to send a guy back with a hamstring, because if they go out and really sprint for a ball, Cooper Kupp tries to get that last little burst, and you always worry he's going to grab that hamstring again. It's just one of those injuries that you're never sure it's ready, and there's no great way to test it.
Doc, real quick, one more. I'm going to ask you personally. I know you'd have to do an exam to really kind of figure this out, but if you're squatting down and you have pain on like the outer portion of the back of your knee, what would that indicate, in your opinion?
You got to worry about a lateral meniscus tear. Would be the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah, I had one of those.
Is Doc doing an examination on you over the radio
I
here?
think so. Well, so I had one of those when I was 17, 18 years old playing high school football, and now I'm 33, so maybe that's, I don't know, coming back to me a little bit.
Well, I can speak from experience. I would send you to the good doctor.
Yes.
I sent my wife to the good doctor, Kevin Murphy, all right? If I trust Doc Murphy with my family, you can certainly trust him as well. All right, Doc, the Bump and Bruise Clinics open for business tomorrow. Brooks YMCA on the south side, Preferred Physical Therapy, Fleming Island, Atlas Physical Therapy on 210. These Bump and Bruise Clinics are designed, Doc. We tell people every week, if you have a nagging injury, if you got injured tonight even, don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till school is back open. Go see you or your colleagues at these Bump and Bruise Clinics and get the treatment started early tomorrow morning.
Absolutely, and your coaches want you in there. They want to know, Monday, are you a go or a no-go? They don't want you showing up Monday limping around saying, what did you do all weekend? Well, I sat around watching TV. No. Get in there and get seen so we can evaluate you, get you on the treatment plan so you can potentially play next week instead of trying to figure it out next week. So get in, get seen, and get on to the recovery phase quicker.
Doc, final question as far as the Bump and Bruise Clinics. I had a buddy of mine text me a couple of weeks ago. He was thinking about going. I'm not sure if he went, but he was curious the protocol. So take us through it. If they want to go see you 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Atlas Physical Therapy out there on 210, park the car, walk into the building. What's kind of the protocol? What do they have to do?
Yeah, you walk in, show up, they sign you in, you don't pay any money. We evaluate you. I will be there. I evaluate all of the athletes, so there's usually an athletic trainer there, there's physical therapists there, and we'll evaluate it and see what it is. And if we can do some treatment right then, we will. If it needs further diagnostics to figure it out, we'll set those up the following week. Sometimes we can get MRI same day. So we'll get it going quickly.
It is an absolutely terrific service, the Bump and Bruise Clinics with the good doctor Kevin Murphy and his colleagues, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, Brooks YMCA on the south side, Preferred Physical Therapy, Fleming Island, and Atlas Physical Therapy on 210. That's where Doc will be tomorrow morning from 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock. Doc, thank you, my friend. We'll do it again next week.
Thanks as always.
the good doctor, Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. We'll come back, a complete scoreboard update. We're going to chase down Ryan Wolf after that big Middleburg comeback over Clay. More Victoria's head coaches to come. Under the Friday Night Lights with Andrew Gibson and Dylan Denmark, the hacker Ryan Green with you here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The goal is to build a fence around the goal line.
Defense just stepping up and playing dominant.
Superior Fence and Rail highlights the defensive player of the game on 1010XL. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Attention car buyers, are you in the market for a new vehicle? Are you noticing the markups on vehicles on dealers' lots? Well, come to Key Buick GMC, where we never have markups on our vehicles. Ask for Derek or Brian. In addition, Key Buick GMC is the only Buick GMC dealer with a lifetime powertrain warranty on all new Buicks and GMCs. Holidays are approaching, and we are your local service headquarters. That's Key Buick GMC. We are professional grade across the street from Tinseltown, Southside and Gate.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping clients all over Florida with their construction perm loans for 34 years. Construction perm loans are not easy to find because a lot of banks and credit unions don't understand them, and therefore they don't like to do them. Well, your problem is solved. Trustline Mortgage wants to help you build your dream home. Our construction perm loans are single close, so you save money by not having to close twice, like with other lenders. Some of our construction perm loans allow you to lock in your interest rate up front. And if interest rates go down, we'll give you the better rate. We offer up to 100% VA loans, up to 96.5% for FHA loans, and up to 95% for conventional loans. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. That's 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you build your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing lender. MLS number 331480.
Taylor Doll here for Renewal by Anderson. Upgrade your home with a winning combination of style and performance. For a limited time, get 20% off of every window, 20% off all patio doors, and 20% off of installation. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. Offer expires October 31st. Restrictions apply. Renewal by Anderson, proud to be the official window and door replacement partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Man, I'm excited for RV City at Florida, Georgia.
But RV Heaven is just down the road. Island Oaks RV Resort.
That's off exit 333, right? Past McClenny?
Yep.
Will my kids like it?
They'll love it. Tons of fall events are coming, like Hocus Pocus Night and Spooky Island Halloween, plus live music and karaoke. You can stay in a cabin right on the premises. It's way cheaper and better than a hotel.
Where can I book our stay?
Visit islandoaksrvresort.com. That's islandoaksrvresort.com.
Atlantic Self Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving, they can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
When I say famous, what comes to mind? Celebrities? Athletes? What about your vehicle maintenance? Oh, okay, auto repair. Exactly. Now, when you need fast and reliable care for your ride, stop in to a Famous Automotive or Famous Quick Lube with 20 locations around town, providing honest automotive service at your convenience 7 days a week. They also offer fleet accounts for your business. Sign up anytime at Famous Automotive and Quick Lube, servicing every customer like they're famous.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. Did you know it's been 19 years since the Benyon family started the company? They want me to tell you it's been a pleasure serving the great people of Jacksonville. To celebrate, Just say, happy birthday, Zero Res, and they'll give you $50 off your cleaning. That's right, $50 off carpet, tile and grout, upholstery, area rugs, or air duct cleaning. Their birthday gift to you. Some minimums may apply, so give them a call. Happy birthday, Zero Res. Spell it forwards or backwards, the right way to clean.
Picture this. It's a dark and stormy night, and your toilet is acting possessed. But fear not, for Duck Duck Rooter is here to exorcise those plumbing demons and banish them to the netherworld. So if you're facing a plumbing horror story straight out of a nightmare, summon the spectral expertise of Duck Duck Rooter. Call 904-862-6769 and bid those plumbing phantoms farewell. Duck Duck Rooter, where we tackle plumbing scares so you don't have to.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is the Friday Night Lights postgame, presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Absolutely terrific games all over Northeast Florida tonight. 1-point games. Wolfson 27-26 over Stanton in overtime. Raines 27-26 over First Coast. You also had Fletcher 20-19 over Ed White. Seatric Faison of Fletcher is coming up in less than 5 minutes. But there was only one 26-point comeback tonight. Let's go out to Clay County. This is Hacker After Dark, I think, Karma. We had Ryan Wolf on Hacker After Dark, the head coach of Middleburg, and what a comeback tonight for the Broncos. They were down 33-7 to Clay. They come all the way back to win it, 35-33, and Coach Wolf joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, appreciate it, guys. That was a big one.
Coach, look, it's a rivalry game, obviously. But the comeback aspect, 33-7, what are you telling your kids, and then what on earth happened?
They had a great game plan in the first half. They put it on us in the first half, offensively and defensively. Second half, we got together as a staff and made some adjustments defensively and started throwing the ball around a little bit in the second half and just kind of chipped away a little bit by little bit. It was kind of big that they fumbled there on the first drive. That kind of gave us some life, and I guess the rest is history.
When your young men come back from 33-7 down, that's got to be a proud moment for you and your staff. The never quit attitude, however you want to describe it. There's a lot of 15, 16, 17-year-olds that would have packed it in, and the fact that your kids didn't, came all the way back and won. Good grief, Coach! What an effort there.
No, yeah, and that's what I told them after the game. I was like, you guys, probably 90% of the teams in the country down 33-7 probably fold and realize that there's probably no chance that we can come back from this. And our kids, we had a couple positive things happen, and then, the next thing you know, you look up and you're like, oh, wait a minute, it's only a 2-score game. We do have a shot, So just things like that. I felt like they just needed a couple positive things to happen, and they did, and we capitalized on it. And like I said, we got together and made a couple good adjustments and allowed us to get off the field on defense and allowed us to put some points up on the board and on offense.
Coach, congratulations on this huge win tonight, and you guys did this one on the road too. That has to feel a little bit special as well to come back on a game like this on the road.
No, it's what's crazy is my first year at Middleburg, the same thing happened at Clay. I think we spotted them 20 points. We came back and we were down by 8. We scored with 15 seconds left and went for 2 to tie it up. We were an inch short. So this was almost exactly what happened 2 years ago at Clay. So it's great that our kids kind of remembered that. They're like, hey, wait a minute, this happened 2 years ago. We came back and should have won that game. So it felt good to actually finish that this time, because that one's always going to burn, because I felt like we could have and should have won that last game. But hats off to our kids. What a great memory for those kids to be able to remember that pretty much for the rest of their lives. But that's why we play football.
Ryan Wolf of Middleburg. Coach, final question. When you look at the schedule and you look at the next week, you see, all right, Middleburg, Columbia. Well, that'll be pretty interesting. And then you get the two outcomes tonight. You come all the way back from 26 down to beat Clay. Columbia, within the last 30 minutes, just knocked off Bowles. So now all of a sudden, Middleburg and Lake City, Columbia next week. What a gigantic game. What a gigantic opportunity for you.
No, it's huge. They're such a great program. Like, Columbia, the most winningest program in the state of Florida. Like, anytime you get in a big matchup with Columbia, you know you're doing the right things as a program. The fact that game matters is huge for Middleburg.
Well, it definitely does matter. Middleburg now winners of 3 in a row. And again, I don't know how many 26-point comebacks we've had in Northeast Florida this year. You can probably count them on one hand, but we got one tonight. Middleburg comes all the way back to knock off Clay 35-33. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks. I appreciate you guys.
Ryan Wolf of Middleburg. Gibby, I remember when I was 17, if I'm down 26, it was probably curtains at that point. Those Middleburg kids showed a lot tonight.
Well, and like I said with Coach there, they did it on the road. I mean, to be down that much and to, be on the road, nothing's going your way, you're on the road. I mean, like you said, 90% or more of kids that age would have packed it in and said it's not our night. But credit to Middleburg, those kids, that coaching staff able to come through and win that one, a huge game.
It wasn't a 26-point comeback, but there was a comeback tonight between Fletcher and Ed White. Fletcher gets it done in the fourth quarter. They have now won 5 games in a row. My friend Seatric Faison, the head coach of Fletcher, here with us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Hey, Coach, thank you. All right, Ed White, very good team. I know they were beating you in the fourth quarter. Your kids found a way to get it done. Take us through the final moments there, Coach. How did it go down?
I ended up Marcellus threw an interception, and they went up 2 touchdowns. So I called my team together, the offense together at halftime. I mean, after the touchdown, I said, look, this game's not over. It's a game of 4 quarters. It's 9 minutes left. Let's go win this ball game. And I asked him to step up. And I said, be the D1 quarterback you are. He stepped up. And at halftime, I told my receivers, let's make plays. And those guys did a crazy job. Defense did a crazy job the last 9 minutes. And when we got down 19-18 with 54 seconds left, my OC told me we was having kicking problems. So I was like, he said, let's go for 2. And I was like, he was like, man, we got a formation nobody's seen in 2 weeks. So we went Rhino, heavy run, and our running back ran it in. So it was a great game.
Wow, you went for 2 with under a minute to go, and you got it for the 2019 victory. Take us on the sideline. When you got the 2, the emotion, I imagine, was something pretty special.
The emotion was definitely crazy. All the close games we went through in the past, this bunch knew how to overcome it, but yet we haven't had one of those close games like this all year. So, and it was one of them games you needed to bring you together. And I think when we made the 2-point conversion, those guys instantly, came together, got tighter as a unit, and the excitement was crazy. And man, we ended up going to this crazy defense. We had 8 defensive back, 1 linebacker, and 3 down linemen. It was crazy.
Coach, you must have a lot of trust in your offensive coordinator to make a call like that. I mean, you had to be thinking in the back of your mind, no, wait a minute, Coach, are we really going to do this?
Yes, man. Me and him been playing together since we were 7 years old.
Wow.
And then he was my quarterback in high school. So, me and him, he's one of my best friends. So having trust in him is easy, and we normally think the same way. So when he said, let's go for 2, and I knew once he said it, man, I could trust him. And at the end of the day, coaching is about trust. So I had to trust them, and I had to trust my players, and they came through tonight.
Seatric Faison of Fletcher, they've now won 5 in a row. Coach, I think you guys might be a pretty dangerous team as we get into the latter stages of the regular season and into the postseason. You guys were 0-2. Your quarterback, who's committed to USF, got hurt. Man, it would have been awfully easy to say this is not our year. But I know all the senior leadership you have on that team, obviously you and your tradition and everything you did at your alma mater, you guys have completely turned it around. Your quarterback's healthy now. You've won 5 games in a row. Boy, things are looking pretty good right now as we get into the middle part of October.
Definitely. I'm gonna tell you what really jumped us off a couple weeks ago. Justin Barney was like, Fletcher can't. Our offense hasn't got going, and many people didn't know we was playing with our backup quarterback, who's one of our starting receivers, and we knew I have 5 receivers that has offers, a couple that's committed, and my running back is also committed. So we knew once Marcellus came back that it was only one way to go, and that was up. So and now we're putting it together. Marcellus is getting healthy. The O-line is getting better. We're fighting through injury. We lost our center last week to an ACL tear. And a couple weeks ago, we lost another lineman to an ACL tear. So everything's starting to fall together. So at the end of the day, it's about trust and, just clicking at the right time. And we're starting to click at the right time.
Where's your running back committed to, Coach?
He's committed to Campbell University.
Yeah, North Carolina. Yeah, nice, nice.
Well, Coach, congratulations. That's 5 in a row for Fletcher, going for 2 with under a minute to go tonight and getting it for a 20-19 victory over Ed White. Seatric Faison. Thank you, Coach.
Thank y'all for having me.
It never ceases to amaze me, Justin Barney, and the motivation he provides high school teams.
The bulletin board material, man.
It's unreal. And look, I remember when I played at Wolfson, when the Times-Union, I forget who was the high school writer at the time, when they picked against us.
Was it Frank?
It was not Frank. It was not. But when they picked against us, we would blow it up and put it in our locker. It's hilarious. Hey, but whatever provides you motivation, right. And Fletcher now, winners of 5 in a row, looking very, very good. All right, we've gotten darn near every victorious head coach. I still think there's a handful of guys we'll try to get to. It is the 11 o'clock hour, so we'll try to squeeze a few more in if we can. We'll do a complete scoreboard update. It's been a really interesting night on the high school gridiron. Riverside over Trinity Christian, Lake City Columbia over Bowles, Ponte Vedra over Bishop Kenny, just to name a few. We'll be back. Scoreboard update. We'll recap all of it. Again, if we can get some more coaches on, we will. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic Service, and Air Conditioning with Andrew Gibson and Dylan Denmark. The hacker Ryan Green with you here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Of baseball radio?
1976 called. It wants its hairstyle back.
Decide for yourself. Watch 1010XL on YouTube. Search 1010XL video, all one word, to see shows, podcasts, and more.
Are you drowning in credit card debt? Want to get cash out of your home's equity? Loan Pronto can now do it in less than a week. Hey, it's Prosser here, and that's right. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit just got even faster. You can get $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000 in as little as 5 days. And you don't even have to touch your primary mortgage, so you can keep that 3% rate intact. Just get the money you need and pay off all those credit cards, or get that home improvement project started. With this revolutionary program, you can access up to 90% of your home's value, and in most cases, there's no appraisal. Stop paying insane interest rates to the credit card companies and get tens or even hundreds of thousands in cash in as little as 5 days. Call Loan Pronto now for the even faster Equity Express line. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
Love seafood and football? Sliders Oyster Bar in Neptune Beach should be your first choice when craving the freshest seafood in the 904. Come watch the Jags and enjoy a cocktail on the newly renovated patio. So when you're out at the beach, stop into the beach's best oyster bar for the last 40 years. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Fully renovated with more seating to serve the freshest seafood around. Sliders Oyster Bar in Neptune Beach, locally owned by Safe Harbor Seafood.
Bring smiles to all when shopping online with Dell Technologies Gift Guide. Whether it's for the artist, the entrepreneur, the student, or the streamer, you'll find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Dell.com/gift guide makes gifting easy with a carefully curated selection of our best tech. Shop now to explore our innovative PCs like the XPS 13 laptop, powered by the latest Intel Core processors, plus this season's top accessories. Visit Dell.com/gift guide today to get a jump on your holiday gift list. That's Dell.com/gift guide.
Bowden Bowden Eye & Associates is here to tackle your family eye care needs like a pro. Hicken here. They're not just about glasses and contact, folks. No. They're about providing a complete eye exam that can detect more than you can imagine. It's like reading the defense, my friends, with a complete eye exam. Bowden Eye can monitor and even discover hidden medical conditions. They've got the playbook to keep you in top shape with 3 convenient locations across town. Bowden Eye has the First Coast covered.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Frank Franzi here for Stanley Pools. There's a reason so many of my friends and our listeners have had Stanley Pools build their pools and now maintain their pools, because Stanley Pools truly cares about their customers. Stanley Pools is locally owned and has been serving our community for 35 years. For all of your pool needs, call Stanley Pools at 269-7277. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools. 269-7277, or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
This is your Mad Dads Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. Mad Dads is asking for good, committed men who want to be part of an organization that has been around for 17 years. We are a group that is part of the solution, not the problem. We are a group that don't stand around murmuring and complaining, but get into action and hit the streets to get the community to break the code of silence to remove the murderers off our streets. We do not require a lot of time, just willing and able bodies to get involved. We've had far too many murders this year already not to get involved. If you want to be part of this great organization, call 904-718-1649. We're looking for men, not men acting like boys. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. For information about Mad Dad, go to Mad Dads Jacksonville Chapter Facebook or MadDadsJacksonville.com.
Stay connected to Gainesville with the Florida Gator Report.
Join me, Taylor Dahl, as I keep a close eye on everything that happens in Gator Nation.
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts on 1010XL. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Gatorade is the #1 sports drink and the proven fuel of high school athletes. Nothing beats Gatorade. Proud sponsors of the High School Half Hour.
Under the Friday Night Lights, 1010XL, 92.5 FM. Every game has gone final as we reach the 11 o'clock hour. Inglewood, a 40-27 winner over Episcopal. It was Ponte Vedra, 55-20 over Bishop Kenny. Yulee, 12-7 over Baldwin. More on that in just a moment. Bradford County, 12-0 over Oakleaf. Congratulations to West Nassau. They get it done over PK Young, 22-14. IMG, 49-20. Winners over Bartram Trail. Middleburg, 35-33. Winners over Clay. Tacoy Creek, a 34-13 winner over Menendez. Lake City, Columbia over Bowles tonight, 35-31. And Rains, 27-26 over First Coast. I mentioned Yulee's win over Baldwin, and that'll set up a district championship game next week with Baker County. Baker County was a winner tonight over Monroe. Kevin Mays is the head coach of Baker County. He joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Coach, big win, obviously. We'll certainly get into next week and what that means in a moment. But for tonight's ball game, you must be very pleased with your team's performance.
Yeah, I am, and we had a lot of young kids step up tonight, and Hudson Register has stepped in the last 2 weeks to play quarterback, and he's taken that role and run full speed ahead with it, done a great job, and just really proud of my guys the way they played tonight.
Coach, you mentioned some young guys that stepped up. Tell us about them.
There's one point looking at our defense out there, we had one senior out there playing. Between injuries and some other stuff that's gone on, we've had some guys that have had to step up, and it's just one of those years where we've next guy up type mentality, and it's we've got so many to mention. It's kind of hard just to single out one of them, but just kind of proud of the next guy up type mentality, and they did a good job tonight.
Kevin Mays of Baker County, every game that you've played up to this point, everything, Coach, that's transpired up to this point kind of leads to next Friday night, right? It's a district championship game between you and Yulee, and the interesting thing, and we talked to Kyle Doherty at Yulee about this, you guys are friends, you're familiar with each other from your time down in Central Florida. You played them twice last year. I mean, that's going to be a heck of an atmosphere next week for a district championship.
Yep, it will be, and yeah, me and him have known each other for a while from down in Brevard. He's already texted me, Coach, we're going to have a good one next week, and we look forward to it, and it'll be at our place, and that place I'm sure will be rocking.
Coach, I think I've asked you about him before, but Seth Chestnut averaging like 15 tackles a game. I think maybe Florida Atlantic, Western Kentucky, some schools that have offered him. Tell us about him and what makes Seth such a good football player.
He's as good of a person as he is a player, but I know we're talking about football, but he's just smart and knows the angles, leads the defense. The defense looks to him. We can move him around. He's a good blitzer, and just fearless in there. He's a guy that when you give him his assignment, that he's going to do that assignment. You don't have to worry about it.
Coach, final thought from you. Next week again with Yulee. You know Coach Doherty. He knows you. You played him twice last year. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of secrets, right? I mean, they kind of know what you want to do. You kind of know what they want to do. The familiarity, obviously, from 2 games within the last calendar year. It's going to be one of those situations where they know what you're going to do, but they have to stop you. Likewise, on their end, may the best team go out there and win.
I'm sure a game like that's going to come down to penalties and turnovers, which is kind of cliche to say, but I'm sure that's what it'll come down to. I mean, we're probably pretty equal. I think we beat Baldwin, by the same score, which is a close game, with us and them, and so on and so forth. But it'll come down to who executes the best, and one of us will end up being able to call ourselves district champion.
Coach, I'll call you Tuesday for the high school spotlight to preview the game. I appreciate you, Coach.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Kevin Mays of Baker County and Yulee next week for a district championship. Gibby, that should be a good one.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how it goes. Both teams, like you said, they know each other very, very well.
Denmark, not to pour salt in the wound, but you being on the Baldwin staff, you've played both of them. What do you think? Early thought about Baker County and Yulee?
It's two different matchups, and Baker's very physical. They got a really good offensive line, and Yulee likes to throw it out. And last year, Baker won by 1 the first time. Then in the playoffs, I think Baker beat them by like 7 or 10. So it'll be another good matchup. I mean, like Coach Doherty said, Kevin Mays is a really good coach. He always has his guys coached up, and it'll be a good one next Friday.
Another good one next Friday will be Ponte Vedra and Tocoi Creek in a district matchup. Tocoi Creek, a nice win tonight over Menendez. Zach Harbison is the head coach of Tocoi Creek. He's with us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thank you, guys. I appreciate the call and getting me on the show for sure.
Yeah, Coach, that's a nice win, a nice in-county win. Again, Tocoi Creek, one of the young teams, young programs. Hasn't seemed to matter, though, a lot this year because you guys are playing very good football, and it certainly continued tonight.
Yeah, we had a really, really rough first half. We were kind of playing out of character, but our kids turned it on and scored 34 unanswered to have a nice little victory at the end there. I'm really, really proud of our kids, and I think we are starting to play good football, and we have a 3-game season coming up with district play starting this week for us.
Coach, tell us about the unanswered streak there offensively. What led to that?
honestly, it was our defensive side. They really clamped up and they put us in really good field position. And then we started hitting our open guys. Ryan Kilmer had a great night for us. He hit Julio Santiago and Javon Welch for a couple scores apiece, and then we were able to separate. And then at the end, we could lean on it a little bit with the run game and finish out.
Coach, we talked about this last week. Because you were put in this district so late, the FHSAA didn't do you a lot of favors. I mean, it's district here to end the year. I believe you actually do have a bye week crammed in there, which will help. But good grief. I mean, you guys in Ponte Vedra next week in St. Johns County, county bragging rights, district matchup. Ponte Vedra put one on Bishop Kenny tonight. I mean, that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, we're really excited for the challenge. Ponte Vedra is one of the more established teams in the program, and like you guys said, we're not. We're relatively young in player age and obviously in school age. It'll be a fun challenge for us. Our kids are super excited. We're going to enjoy the Menendez win tonight and then get prepared for a really, really good Ponte Vedra team that seems to be hitting their stride and smoking almost everyone they play the last couple weeks. So it'll be a tough challenge, but we're excited for the opportunity to play a district opponent.
And, Coach, the one thing about you and your team, and I'm obviously not telling you anything you don't know, is you've played a good schedule. Now, you've lost some close games, you've won some close games, but when you talk about Beachside, Bishop Kenny, Clay, Palatka, I mean, those are 4 good teams, and every one of those games was decided by 5 points or less. And I would have to imagine a schedule like that gets you prepared for a game against Ponte Vedra.
For sure. We're not coming into this unprepared at all. I think Ponte Vedra is a step up in competition from them. Obviously, we saw their score with Bishop Kenny tonight. They're super well coached, but I do think playing a tough schedule gets our kids prepared. We're not going to be scared. We're not going to be intimidated. And it's, again, a great opportunity against a really well-coached and a super talented team over at Ponte Vedra.
Coach, I think you've got a quarterback that we need to talk more about. Ryan Kilmer, your quarterback at Decoy Creek. Correct me if I'm wrong, 6'6" as a junior?
Yeah. But seems accurate. He's a really, really tough kid who is finally finding his groove, and we're really excited for him. He has some great teammates around him. But he's one of those great teammates. He works hard every single day. He was one of our perfect attenders for our summer program. He gets after it, and his teammates kind of rally around him. We're really, really excited for the future of Ryan Kilmer.
Final question, Coach. 4-3, year one for you, district play on the horizon. Are you happy with your first year down there in St. Johns County?
I'm having a blast coaching. It's an awesome community. I'd be lying to you if I say we were satisfied. I think we let 3 games go early on, but we can only play the games that are ahead of us, and we're excited to move forward. So, yeah, it's been a great year, but we're excited for what's ahead.
Zach Harbison, Decoy Creek, winners tonight over Menendez, and they got a big one certainly next week in the district there against Ponte Vedra. Congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you. All right, let's go down a complete scoreboard update, then we'll come back, give a Gatorade Player of the Week, and put a wrap on it. Gibby, greatest hits here. Obviously, the scoreboard looks like this. We haven't mentioned this game. Spruce Creek, 28-7 over Atlantic Coast. That's another Orlando team over a Jacksonville team. That might become a trend, which we don't like. Mandarin, a 49-6 winner tonight over Westside. We just talked to Seatric Faison. Fletcher went for 2 with under a minute to go and got it to beat Ed White, 20-19. Fernandina Beach, a nice win, 33-20 over Paxson. And then a couple of 27-26 games. Wolfson over Stanton in overtime. Rains over First Coast. Second win in a row for Rains. They get it done in the final minutes.
Yeah, Rains has played some really incredible games the last few weeks. I think 3 games combined to wind up ending in a game where it's single digits at the end, 3 straight for Rains. You know, what kind of win is that for Wolfson? I mean, that's a pretty good one there for Wolfson in overtime.
Honestly, any win for Wolfson is a good win with a first-year head coach, and they've had such a transition, losing so many students because of the type of school Wolfson is now, the magnet aspect of it. But they're 3-3. I mean, they're 3-3. And look, as a Wolfson alum, there were a lot of years they were not 3-3 in 6 games. So I'm very, very pleased. And just the fact that Bowles goes to Powers Avenue next week, and that game will be on 10 a.m.
You're telling me that has not happened much before.
I don't think Bowles has made a lot of trips. Now, it might be the closest proximity.
It's a short trip.
I mean, people talk about Rains and Ribault. I bet you Bowles is closer to Wolfson than Rains and Ribault. Bowles and Wolfson is a half mile.
Right.
Maybe, if that.
It's right there.
From the Bowles Stadium, a good driver, 5-iron, maybe a pitching wedge, and you're at the Wolfson campus. So it's not like it's going to be a far trip, but it'll be cool to have bowls there on Powers Avenue. And then the big stories of the night, Middleburg coming from 26 back to beat Clay, Riverside over Trinity Christian, a great win for Riverside, and Ponte Vedra all over Bishop Kenny. And I guess also the final score that came in tonight, Lake City Columbia over Bowles.
I think 2 games for me personally that made you go, wow, okay, this team makes you sit up in your chair and think, this team's got something this year. Those 2 teams, Riverside and Ponte Vedra, because for Riverside to beat Trinity Christian and hold them to 12 points, look, we know Colin Hurley's a 4-star quarterback going to LSU. He's got all the talent in the world. He's got a lot of talent around him. And for that Riverside defense, which we know is good, to hold a team like that to 12 points and to win it in the fashion they did, scoring with 11 seconds to go in the ball game, a clutch victory for Riverside. And then on the other side, Ponte Vedra, they scored 41 points at halftime in this game tonight against Bishop Kenny. That was a eyebrow raiser. Wow, let's wait a second and look a little bit closer at this Ponte Vedra team, because they're really good. They haven't lost a football game since the opener back in August.
Bishop Kenny's got to get that out of their system. They play Episcopal next week, and that's a game they absolutely have to win. So you got to flush this if you're Bishop Kenny. Bad day at the office, whatever you want to chalk it up to, because you got a big district game next week. By the way, one of the games we talked about on your pregame show, we haven't talked about yet, Christ Church, a 19-14 winner over Impact Christian tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good win for Christ Church. We know that Impact was undefeated prior to that. Christ Church, I think, they're 5-1 now, I believe. So credit to them for getting a win tonight against Coach Ramsey, who's really done a great job building that program. But let's give credit to Christ Church. They're also building the program up over there as well.
We'll come back. We'll wrap it up. We'll give a Gatorade Player of the Week as well. One segment to go under the Friday Night Lights. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic Service, and Air Conditioning. Back to wrap it up next. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Don't just watch the position, learn the position.
Denny Thompson is the quarterback whisperer, and he knows.
We invite you into the lab so that you can truly learn the quarterback position.
Friday mornings on The Drill, brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is holding their annual Bumps and Bruises clinics every Saturday morning through early November. These injury evaluations are absolutely free and open to every school and athletic program. So see us this Saturday morning at 3 North Florida locations from 9 to 10. The Brooks Center for Sports Therapy inside the YMCA. Preferred Physical Therapy, Fleming Island. And at Atlas Physical Therapy in St. Johns County.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
There's no better time to be a Jags fan, especially when you're a My Gate Rewards member. Gate is giving you the chance to meet the man, Trevor Lawrence. You and 3 of your friends can meet Trevor Lawrence in person at the stadium. Entering is easy. With the My Gate Rewards Gatorade Club, for every 5 Gatorade products you purchase, you'll be entered for a chance to win. See store for details. Gate, your hometown convenience store.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
To play golf and pickleball while helping local charities at the Mormons Miracle Foundation Tournaments, Auction, and VIP Party October 20th, call 783-1878.
To learn more about the Jericho School Golf Tournament and silent auction at Blue Sky Golf Club October 21st, visit thejerichoschool.org.
Make a difference on the golf course, playing one of the best tournaments, and help make Jacksonville a safer place to live and raise our families. The First Coast Crime Stoppers Golf Tournament is October 23rd at Amelia River Club. Call 398-5883.
The Knights of Columbus 5535 Annual Golf Tournament is November 6th at Glen Kernan Country Club. To find out how to play or sponsor, call 249-5535.
To walk in the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Light the Night Walk on November 16th at UNF. Register at lightthenight.org.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com.
Are spooky plumbing problems haunting your home this Halloween? Don't be scared. Call Duck Duck Rooter, your ghost-busting plumbing heroes.
Hi there, I'm Brian, your friendly plumber. Is your toilet making ghostly groans, or is your sink dripping like a vampire's fangs?
Don't let plumbing problems give you the heebie-jeebies. Call Duck Duck Rooter at 904-862-6769 and chase those spooky issues away.
Duck Duck Rooter, because even plumbing nightmares deserve a happy ending. Quacktastic service guaranteed.
Man, I'm excited for RV City at Florida, Georgia.
But RV Heaven is just down the road, Island Oaks RV Resort.
That's off exit 333, right? Past McClenny?
Yep.
Will my kids like it?
They'll love it. Tons of fall events are coming, like Hocus Pocus Night and Spooky Island Halloween, plus live music and karaoke. You can stay in a cabin right on the premises. It's way cheaper and better than a hotel.
Where can I book our stay?
Visit islandoaksrvresort.com. That's islandoaksrvresort.com.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Make sure your home is protected this hurricane season by scheduling a complimentary roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting. Right now, get 15% off your roof replacement and repairs, plus 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires October 31st and restrictions apply. Universal Roof and Contracting, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 1330747, CVC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. Sometimes you agree with him, sometimes you don't.
On the runway, I'm coming in hot.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Frangie Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Time now for the Gatorade Player of the Week. Gatorade, the world's #1 sports drink and the proven fuel of high school athletes. Nothing beats Gatorade. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie.
All right, Gibby, there was a lot of options tonight for the Gatorade Player of the Week. A lot of really good games that came all the way down to the end of the fourth quarter. But at the end of the day, somebody had to be the Gatorade Player of the Week. Somebody stood out above the rest. And who is that player tonight?
We're going to give it to Ponte Vedra running back Brian Case, over 150 yards rushing in the game tonight against Bishop Kenny. An eye-opener victory for Ponte Vedra. They win it tonight over Bishop Kenny, scoring 55 points. 55-20 was our final score. The running back for Ponte Vedra, Brian Case, over 150 on the ground. He's our Gatorade Player of the Week.
Both the teams on our stations lost. Bowles to Lake City, Columbia. Bishop Kenny to Ponte Vedra. They're both back in district play next week. Bad days at the office. Some concern for either team when it comes to Bowles and Bishop Kenny. What's your thought there?
Yeah, I think there is some concern. I think with Bowles, they lost their first 3 and then they righted the ship. They won 3 in a row. But look, I mean, we know that Lake City Columbia is a really good football team. Their record was really not indicative of the team that they have. They just played a really tough schedule to start the year. But I think you have to have some concern if you're Bowles on that side of thing, just because the issues that have been coming up for Bowles have been kind of reoccurring. The defense giving up over 30-plus points again tonight in the loss against Lake City Columbia. You go look on the other side for Bishop Kenny. I think this was kind of a measuring stick type of game for Bishop Kenny. Where were they? They were 4-1 to start the year, but then they face a team like Ponte Vedra, and Ponte Vedra put it on them tonight. So I think Bishop Kenny's got to sit back and think about where they go from here.
All right, Gibby, 2 minutes to go as we wrap up. Final thoughts this week. I'm looking ahead to next week, and we already know Middleburg-Ponte Vedra is an enormous game. We know Baker County-Yulee is a district championship game. It should be a lot of fun next Friday night.
Yeah, I'm interested in a lot of those games. Riverside can continue to try to keep up their momentum as well. Beachside's back in action against Paxson next week. Beachside's out to a 5-1 start. There's a lot of really good. We're getting to this point of the year, Hack. We're getting to close to middle of October here in the next few weeks. This is when, district championships, this is when playoff berths begin to take a picture here in the middle of October.
Jaguars get it done on Sunday in London?
I hope so, but I would probably lean to not, just because Buffalo might be the best team in football. Never mind just the AFC. I hope the Jaguars get it done, but I would say Buffalo probably wins this one.
Win or lose, we'll be on the fifth quarter Sunday afternoon, right about 2 o'clock, recapping the Jaguars and the Bills, and we hope you join us then. Gibby, enjoyed it, buddy.
Always a pleasure.
For Andrew Gibson, for Dylan Denmark, I'm the hacker Ryan Green. This has been the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We have been presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic Service, and Air Conditioning. I will talk to you live from 9 Ball Heaven Sports Grill and Billiards on Sunday, 2 hours after the Jaguars and the Bills go final. Until then, have an absolutely terrific weekend.